Welcome to Chop Shop Motors. My name is Clay, and it's probably about time to do a little walk around the garage, show you kind of what makes this place tick and some of the stuff that we have in it. We've got an older video that we put up that kind of showed it a few years ago. It's changed a little bit. We've got some different cars in here. We've got some different equipment, and I'd love to kind of share where we're at right now with you. So we'll start out with giving a little background on Chop Shop Motors. So we're located in Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been working on building motors, working on cars, doing hot rods my whole life, and that stuff is part of my DNA. I've had multiple shops. This one is currently kind of where I'm residing and where I'm doing the work out of. We're in the process of making it a little bigger, but right now we've got everything kind of wedged in here, and so we'll walk around and take a look at some of the cars. All the cars aren't in here, but you've seen them in different videos, but we'll kind of walk around and see what we have in here. So hidden behind this pile of motors is a really neat little 32 5-window coupe. It was in the first video. It is a sweetheart, and I honestly can't wait to get to it and do some work on it because it's such a neat little car. We've got a F5 that we're working on for a customer. We don't do a ton of customer work anymore, but we're doing this one, and so there's a bunch of work that we have to do to it. We're kind of in the middle of it, and it's a super neat truck, so we're excited about that. So if you look at our videos, you'll see a series of Vortic videos. This is the Vortic truck. The Vortic watch company is on this truck, and it's been in part of their family for a very long time. Lots of sentimental value. Their products are super cool, and we want to make a truck that supports kind of their mindset around what they produce in the watch world. So very neat truck. Can't wait to get it rolling, get it done. Over here we have kind of one of the foundational pieces for Chop Shop Motors, and this is a 64 F100. There's a video on it. Absolutely, basically bought it as a pile of parts, a pretty good pile of parts, in that there wasn't a ton to have to hunt up, and put together, painted interior. Colin did the paint. Brian Willingham, BW Upholstery, did the interior. Both did outstanding jobs. This is such a fun truck to drive, and it's so easy on the eyes. So a really cool piece in the shop. Our hot rod, at least the one we drive the most, is a 37 Plymouth Coupe. It is a project I bought a long time ago, and I bought it in the mining towns up in Arizona, and built it, and it's got a 351 Windsor and an automatic overdrive. We've driven this all over the place, long haul trips. It's super fun. As you can tell, they're all fun, but this one never has let me down, other than one time Christmas shopping a few years ago.
She took us to Yellowstone, so she gets passed.
Yeah, it got us to Yellowstone, but it couldn't get me home from Christmas shopping one year. So, so that's the 37 Plymouth Coupe. Back behind it, you see another 32, which is a more current 32 project. Really, we really coasted to a stop on this with the advent of so many other things going on in my world. But this is a really nice four-door body that we bought out of Southern California, and a chassis that I built with a friend of mine out of pieces. As you can tell, there's a recurring theme of building everything out of pieces. It was not the easiest, the fastest, or the cheapest way to do it. So I don't necessarily recommend building a chassis out of pieces, but it was a way I could do it to kind of keep it moving. It's got a Y block in it, top loader 4-speed, and we're excited. We're excited to put this one on the road. So kind of next on the list. So everything in here has a story. It doesn't really matter where you look or, you know, everything has a story. So the gas pump, if you look at the gas pump, I've got two of them. One's out in front. It's a Topheim 52. Came out of a gas station in Coolidge, Arizona. And, you know, I went up there, asked him if he wanted to sell it, and we got a couple gas pumps. So that's a pretty cool piece. If you look above it, someone had a relative that worked at Conoco, and I was able to connect with them on a sign from the old Conoco station. The boxes on the wall, lots of them came from swap meets.
Is that fall?
They're going to go to urgent care. Came from swap meets, and they're full of parts, and you know, everything gets used. It doesn't come into the shop if it's just, for the most part, if it's just an ornament. Now the gas pumps, I obviously am not pumping gas with them, but all the other boxes and stuff have things in them. The sign in the corner, the battery sign, the Phillips 66 sign, came out of a junkyard, and it was mangled by a tractor, and I just couldn't leave it there. So I brought it home, I straightened it out to be sort of flat, and it's now in the shop. And it's probably worth about $7.
Well, we got it for $3, so.
Yeah. You know, everywhere I look, there's something to share, some story. Got a lathe that a buddy of mine turned us on to someone who was selling a lathe, so we ended up with a lathe that I'd always wanted. We got some miscellaneous boxes on the wall that came from, honestly, oftentimes junkyards, and we did the work to make them work again. Neons didn't come from a junkyard. Neons came from other car people. This one came from another car person, and so decided to be able to get it.
This was a sign that they made. But
So this was a shell sign that has been neoned, yes.
and then this is an actual original neon.
Yeah, so this is a Ford tractor sign, so that was always red and always neon, even though I retubed it. And this 76 sign is, you gotta keep up here.
I'm sorry.
The 76 sign came out of a gas station in central Arizona. It's a 1941, and I just love that sign. It's so cool.
Good colors.
So if you look, there's tons of, you know, it's like a little museum in here, but all of the stuff is stuff that I use. I love having the old tools around me. It just makes me feel good. I don't golf, and so I come out here, I feel the aura of what these old craftsmen use these tools for, and it makes me happy. So I don't know, what questions you got for me?
Well, tell me what these two pieces of machinery do.
So this is a brake. So this is a Whitney Jensen brake, and so it's for sheet metal, and it just allows you to build stuff a little nicer. There is another Niehoff tune-up box full of stuff that had been mangled that I saved. I've got a generator machine for, you know, lots of the stuff I have is still generator. So it generator and alternator, so that's the tester for it. I've got a super cool Powermatic bandsaw over there, kind of hiding, that once we get the other shop finished, everything will have its own space again. So that's a really neat piece.
So for this right here, these didn't come with the box, right?
No, they didn't. So those are original mobile pump placards, porcelainized signs for the front of a mobile pump. The box was built out of, was really built out of a set of legs I bought off of Craigslist, so I could build a bench, and it came with some doors, and I just pieced it all together to build this piece. This laminated beam was on the property when I bought it, and I thought this would be really cool to put to use as a bench. So, you know, I'm all about repurposing stuff, and you know, everything in this garage gets a couple lives. So that's kind of the motivation.
Should we take a walk into your tool area?
Yeah.
First, a quick peek at the Filco double box that I bought him.
So in here we have, so this is what we call the tool room. The tool room has a motor I've built for Brian Willingham, so it's ready to go back. It's been in here for a long time. He's not quite ready for it, but we'll get it back there maybe the next couple weeks. We have nuts and bolts and things like that. We have instrument panels because I can't stop buying them because I love them. All of these cabinets in here have things in them. So this has got tail lights and things of that nature, and oil filters and cool stuff, and it keeps them safe, and I can find them when I want to look at them. Gauges and things of that nature in here. So all of these things that are on the wall, I love them, but they provide storage space. So that's kind of cool. I've got a valve grinding machine that I've had since I was, I don't know. I think I got that when I was about 22, when I was building engines all the time in a little engine shop. So I've ground hundreds and hundreds of valves on this, hundreds and hundreds of sets of heads on this. It's a super cool piece. Everywhere, it's pretty compact in here. All these pieces have parts in it for different kinds of cars, more valve grinding equipment, gauges. I love this era of toolbox. So this is 77, 78 era toolbox of Sears Craftsman, and Brian has supported me in my habit to make sure that they all match, so they're all the same era. The bottom boxes, this row of bottom boxes, were made all within a month of each other. So that's kind of cool. Other things in here, belt sanders, big belt sander, solvent tank, big vise. That was my dad's, and
Those are hard to find.
I know. So yeah, if you find one, you should tell me about it.
Because you need more.
A couple drill presses, and that's kind of it. I mean, lots of stuff wedged in here. I love it all. I love all the stuff. I love the signs. I accumulate more and more. I don't need any more, but I'll keep buying it until I run out of breath or money, and that's probably how it'll work. So if you like what you see, and checking out some of the cars that we work on, some of the old stuff that's around the shop, please like, share, subscribe. We'd love to have you join in as we work on old projects and bring them back to life. Hit the like button, subscribe. You can follow us on Chop Shop Motors on Instagram. We'd love to have you along for the journey. I'm Clay for Chop Shop Motors, and we'll see you on the next project.